Today I'm going to be walking you through step by step of how to create your very first WordPress website, even as a complete beginner. So let's jump in. So the very first thing we need to do is set up a hosting plan. And by far, my top recommendation for this is Hostinger. And from here, you just want to select the plan that's best for you. In most cases, if you're just getting started, I would recommend the premium plan. This actually allows you to create 3 websites, gives you 20 gigabytes of storage, some mailboxes, and a free domain for a year. And to get the best possible price, you just need to make sure that you're set on the 48 months up here at the top. You can also do it by 24 or 12 or even month by month. But by far, to get the best price, you want to set it up for 48 months. And then you just click on Choose Plan, make sure everything's correct here, and click Continue. And from here, it's just going to ask you to enter an email address and password to set up a new account. Or if you already have an account like me, you'll click on Login. And then once you enter your payment information in, it will send you to a page like this. And then what we want to do is we want to create a website. We're starting from scratch, so we're going to click on Create a Website. Click Next. And then from here, what we want to select is the WordPress option here on the side. So click there and Next. Now, because WordPress and Hostinger are separate, you'll need to create separate login credentials for your WordPress account. And you'll just enter that information in there and click Next. Now from here, it's going to ask you if you want to choose a pre-built website, which you have some options all through there, or you can go to create a blank site or use a theme instead. I'm going to show you how to go from creating a blank site because you can always apply a theme later. So we're just going to click blank. And now with that plan, it gives you a free domain. So here you just want to type in what you want your domain name to be. From there, you just want to click Next. And if you get the check mark next to the name there, it means that that one's available to secure. So then you just want to click Next. And then from here, you just want to select where your target audience is located. And unless you have a specific reason to target a certain area geographically, I would just recommend picking the area closest to you. In my case, it's United States, Massachusetts, but you can click on that to select wherever you want that to be. And then it's just going to take a few minutes to install WordPress. And that will take you to your main dashboard. So now every time you log in, it's going to take you to this location. The questions that we just filled out are just for the first time that you set up your website. The next thing I'm going to recommend is installing a couple of plugins within WordPress that are just going to help you down the road. Again, this is a one-time thing, but we'll set this up from the very beginning. So over on the left-hand panel here, you're going to see where it says plugins. You just want to click on that. It'll take you to this screen. It has the existing plugins that are already installed. What we want to do is add a plugin up here at the top. And we want to search for Yoast SEO. And it'll pop up here and you just click on Install Now. And once that's installed, you click Activate. And what this does is it makes it easier for search engines to be able to find your website. And then at any time you can come in here and start the configuration. I'll walk you through a couple of steps to get to know your website better. And then if we go over to plugins and installed plugins, you can see it's listed right down here. And you can always go in there and configure it and optimize it to get the best results for what you're trying to target for your website. And as we get into this, I just want to say that if you are looking to rank on Google, our team just dropped a free resource that grades your content across 6 dimensions to tell you whether it's actually going to drive traffic or if it's just going to get ignored. Now, this 6-point grader gives you a score, a breakdown, and a specific recommendations for what to fix before you hit publish. Now, you can grab it for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description below. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into settings and scroll down to permalinks and just ensure that post name is selected. And what that does is anytime you create a new page for your website, it'll be your domain name / the name of the page. Just makes a much nicer, cleaner interface for your website. And next comes to the fun part where we install and customize our theme. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Appearances and Themes. So it shows the themes that are already installed, but what you want to do is you want to go up to Add Theme. Now there's a lot of different themes that are available for you to use. You can see even in the popular, we have like almost 8,000 themes, but I'm going to show you a method here again that's based on this being your first time and is going to give you the best option. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for a theme called Astra. And you see it right here, and we're going to click install and activate. So this is the theme for WordPress, and it's basically the building blocks of the website. What we're going to do then is we're going to install a theme on top of that that's going to give you all the flexibility that you need and customize it depending on what type of website you need it to be. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the plugins. We're going to go add plugin. We're going to search for a plugin called Starter Templates. See it right here. We're going to click install now and activate. So we're going to return to the plugin page, and we just want to get started with the starter templates here. And this is a very important step. It's going to automatically take you to the template page so you can start browsing through the various templates. But before you do that, what you need to do is go down to the bottom and click back. When you do that, it'll ask you to select the page builder. We want to select Elementor. It is a much easier and more intuitive way of editing your website that is much more beginner friendly. So I recommend you do that, and then it'll adjust the templates to be able to work in Elementor. And I'll show you how that works here in just a second. And now we want to select the template that best fits the type of website that you want it to be. So they have a couple of different categories across the top, depending on what your focus is. And again, this is just totally your preference based on the type of website that you want. And so I kind of like this one here called Mountain. So you click on that. It'll take you to a page that'll give you some other options to sort of customize it. So you can pick like a different color. I like the blue. You could change the font. I like that one. And then you can click continue. And here it'll give you some additional features. We're just going to stick with the standard and click continue. And from here, you just want to click submit and build my website. And it's just going to take a few seconds here to kind of build out that template for you. And once that's done, you just click on view your website. So now this is your website. This is live. This is connected to your domain. You can see it exactly as it appears. And obviously this is just the building blocks because we haven't customized anything in the templates. But you can also see, as long as you're logged into your WordPress account, which right now we are because that's what we were working out of, you'll get this black bar across the top. This obviously is not viewed by everybody else visiting your website, but now that we selected the Elementor editing option, you'll see here it says edit with Elementor. We click on that and it'll open up your website inside of the editor. Now you have all your controls over here on the side, and you again scroll through the website, see exactly what it looks like as it is. And then up at the top, it even gives you the options to look at it on a tablet and look at it on a mobile device. And now you can go through and customize your website. Obviously, this is going to vary for you depending on what you want to change on your website, but I'm going to show you just a couple of key components that are sort of the basics of how to use Elementor. So if you hover over top of any of the elements like text or pictures, it'll kind of give you a box around there. So if we select like this, and then you highlight it, you can change out the text. You change out this text, or you see a little pencil icon up at the corner. You can click on that and edit it that way. Now you can certainly go through and just kind of customize all the elements that are in there. But before we get too far into this, let me talk a little bit about the structure of how your website is laid out. So the best way to navigate through the editor is through the structures panel. And if that's not already open, up in the top corner here, you'll see a tab that looks like some stacks of paper. When you hover over that, it'll say structure. You click on that, and that'll show you kind of how everything is broke down on the website builder. So you can see it lists out a whole bunch of containers. Containers are each of the sections of your website. So if you click on one of these, it'll kind of circle it with this magenta color and give you a little tab at the top. And if you click on another one, it will take you down to that part of the screen and it'll show you each of those. And those are the sections of your website. Now, if you toggle this down, it'll show you what's within there. So in this one, it has another container. You toggle that down and it'll show you it's a basic gallery. So this is a gallery of photos. That's the ones that are in there. And it shows you everything that makes that up. Let's say we click on this one and we'll toggle that down. You have 3 containers within that. So you click on that, which is this first one it's highlighting. And then within that, it has a header. Okay, so that's sort of the structure. So you can certainly navigate to any of those sections using that. And I always think this kind of gives a better visual representation of what is in there. And the other nice thing about this is, let's say this section here, I don't want it. You can just click on this little eyeball here and it'll hide it. So the information's still there. You didn't delete anything. It's just hidden. And so that's a nice way of kind of organizing things that way as well. So now let's say we want to change out some of these images. So again, we'll select this container, select that first image, and over here, we're going to click on the pencil icon and switch out these images. So it'll open your gallery. This is what they're all going to access to. You can see all the photos there. And what we can do is just go through, delete all these, and let's insert our own. So we'll insert media, and let's just grab some of these here and click open. So it'll upload each of those. Then you just want to click insert gallery. And now we can see our own photos there in the gallery. Now, the other thing you can do is you can also move these containers around. So if you click on this little icon here above there and you just want to drag it up, we can move it above that element. Now, if you're in a section and you want to add something that doesn't already exist there, go to the container that you want to add something to. You just go up to the top left-hand corner. You'll see a plus sign. You hover over, it says add element. You click on that. And then it lists out all the different types of elements that you can add into there. So you can either search or just grab the thing you want. Let's say we want to create a button. So we'll add a button here, slide it over to where you want it. And now you can see everything that's right in here. Let's have this be a link to our channel. So we go watch, and then you just add your link. Now, as you make changes here, just make sure that you're going up to the top here and saying save to save draft. And this is saving all the work that you're doing, but nothing has been published to your publicly viewed website. So when you have everything set the way that you want it, you'll just click publish up here. Now that makes it live and accessible to everybody else online. Now, if you want to edit the other pages of your website, you can see up here, you just have your home button here. You toggle that down. You can go to the about section and do all the same things. You can click on those. It's got a new list of containers. You can update all the information through there. Now, as your website grows, you may want to add additional pages. So to do that, you just go up here to where you navigate to new pages, toggle that down, and way at the bottom, you have add new page. Click on that. And then first we want to go over here to the page settings, and we change the name from their default to, let's say we want this to be called blog coming soon. And then we're going to add an element. We want a container at the top, click on the plus sign, add a headline, and same thing. You can add all the different elements you want in there, pictures, video, whatever you want. And you can see up here, it says draft because we haven't yet published that. So once we have everything set the way we want it, we just go to publish. Now, when we go to preview our website, so now we have the page created, but it's not linked to our website yet. You can see you can't navigate to it from the menu here. So to do that, we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, click on that, and we want to go down to appearance and menus. And then over here, it has a list of all the recent menus. You see the one we just did there, blog coming soon, and then you click add to menu. Now you can also kind of change this around if you want to put it in a different order, right up there by the home. And you can also indent it so that it's under the tab. So you'll have to click on the about tab to get to that. We just want it to be a main feature. And again, make sure that you click save menu. Now we'll go back up to our website here to preview. And now you can see it is there, and you click on it and it takes you to that new page. And there you have it. That's the basics of getting your website up and running with WordPress through Hostinger. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.